Seeing the glowing cave close by, Toriko hurriedly instructed the octopus watermelon to turn around, but it was already too late. In diving mode, the octopus watermelon was not skilled at swimming, and its memory was pulled into the cave by the golden sands. There was no turning back. Coco was puzzled. No matter how formidable the golden claw is, it shouldn't have made things so dire for him, who could leisurely drink coffee amidst the golden waves. The highly skilled frog had shrunk back, regressing into a weak tadpole. What exactly happened to Mappy? Mappy was in terrible shape, as if he were about to draw his last breath at any moment. The golden labyrinth isn't something one can navigate through sheer power alone. Those who reach the exit aren't the strongest, but the ones blessed with luck. In essence, it's all about fortune. Hearing this word, they all felt reassured. Isn't that precisely what describes Komatsu? It's your turn to shine, Komatsu. Everyone turned to look at Komatsu, who, startled, looked as frightened as a gorilla. The group then split up to search the octopus watermelon's insides. The rooms within were well equipped, though the bathroom and toilet seemed a bit far from the bedroom. The warehouse kitchen and dining area were unusually spacious, indicating a group of food lovers once lived there. They found a manual control room with detailed operation instructions posted outside. Since they were relying on Komatsu's fortune to escape, they put him in the driver's seat and handed him full control. Toriko had confidence in Komatsu's abilities. He was certain that their smooth entry into the Gourmet Street was thanks to Komatsu. Komatsu would use his sense of smell to assist, while Zebra and the others would support with their own specialized patrol skills. Zebra's Echo's ability made the situation inside the cave crystal clear. The problem arose as soon as they set out. They faced a split path, with only a left or right choice. Sunny and Toriko had differing opinions. Toriko insisted on going left, but Coco was undecided. Zebra deemed the left path more feasible. However, the wildly shifting golden sands left them no time for discussion. They were about to crash into the rock wall in the center when Komatsu grabbed the control and made the octopus exhale sharply, stopping their momentum. Everyone was so shocked by the sudden movement that they were wide-eyed. Komatsu pulled the control lever, maneuvering successfully through the situation, even though they didn't know when the next crisis would arise. Surviving this one brought a sigh of relief. Mappy, still weakened, was full of doubts. He wondered how these people could remain so cheerful in such an impenetrable labyrinth, as if they knew the way out. But their group of 5 was truly remarkable, carving an unbelievable new path through the endless maze. He thought maybe they really could succeed. Meanwhile, in a distant part of the gourmet world, Joie laughed maniacally. Magnificent Acacia. So this is what they call fortune. Joie had found the path to the Gourmet Star's banquet table with precise timing, showcasing unparalleled luck. Yet even at the peak of fortune, Joie's desires surged within him. Only the chosen ones could pave this path, a treasure even Acacia himself coveted. To Acacia, fortune held significant importance. People only appreciate health after illness, and only after loss do they value the simplicity of each day. For Acacia, who had everything, everyday life was mundane. He didn't need to experience loss to know. His insatiable appetite told him everything. It informed him of the countless ingredients he didn't yet possess, the known but untasted foods that fascinated him. It made him aware of the vastness of his hunger even as he slept. Blue Nitro, leaning on his hand, watched Joie's ambition with a sinister reminder. You're the second human to carve a path to the Gourmet Star. Joie smirked. The first was my mother Frozy, right? She saw this path from the very beginning. Can fortune bloom with Acacia's full course? The other Nitro confirmed that under certain conditions, it could. This solidified Joie's resolve. He would not share Acacia's full course with anyone. Before the table of Blue Nitro, Joie made a bold declaration. He would claim the full course himself and leave the rest to his subordinates. Rest assured, the arc has long been completed. On the other side, his loyal group received Joie's signal and prepared for action. Shigematsu excitedly shouted to everyone that Acacia's full course was about to awaken. The sight of the extending deer made Casero smile in awe. What a miracle! An empty space, yet a path appears the moment Joie steps on it. The director chuckled, noting that the path had always existed. Joie had merely seen it the correct path. The little guy trailing them fell into deep thought as he stared at the road ahead. Is it really that amazing? Aren't there paths everywhere? Don't reveal that. It's true that seeing many paths could make you as popular. Meanwhile, Komatsu, steering the octopus watermelon, let everyone out of danger. Mappy was shocked. He couldn't believe they had found the exit. Back to his pre-diving state, Mappy watched as everyone surrounded and praised Komatsu, yet Mappy kept replaying Toriko's words in his mind. Toriko had said that without Komatsu they wouldn't have made it to Gourmet Street. So did Komatsu truly see the path of golden fortune? Though unaware of his own luck, Komatsu was no ordinary man. Along the way, the team had even taken treasure chests from the cave. One particular caught Komatsu's eye just as a massive drop of water struck the octopus, shaking it violently. Mappy explained that this was due to the dominant fish in Area 8, which caused such rainfall, but there was no danger. In fact, they could take the opportunity for a relaxing bath. After bathing and eating, the rain hadn't stopped. Out of nowhere, a creepy eyeball floated through the air, scaring Komatsu half to death. Mappy reassured him. That's a guardian from the village coming to pick us up. He called out, look. There's the entrance to our village. It's the Hex Food World. Looking up, they saw the gates of the Hex Food World ahead. Komatsu noticed a ghostly blue flame rising at the main entrance, drifting like a spirit then slowly spreading apart. Mappy pointed at the strange sight excitedly shouting, "Look, the pregnant fireworks are going off. Is that really fireworks? Are there even fireworks that rise so slowly? They aren't colorful at all. In fact, they're eerie. It's not sending someone off, is it?" Their arrival had already been reported to Tengu Castle, where Branch shouted commands to his subordinates. "Tonight we celebrate." Toriko instructed Terry and the others to wait with the octopus at the entrance, but Komatsu couldn't contain his excitement, hoping to see Branch after so long. Coco thoughtfully had kissed Stay Behind, promising to bring back delicious food. Mappy suddenly realized, "Wait, did we bring any ingredients? Toriko, did you?" Everyone exchanged glances, realizing they might need gifts. Mappy explained, "In the gourmet world everything is traded for ingredients, meals, lodging, goods. Money is worthless, only ingredients have value." Zebra remarked, "I didn't bring money anyway." Sunny teased, "Because you always take things by force. Never mind, let's see what we can do." They agreed as they pressed on. Komatsu followed behind Mappy with eager anticipation as they approached the main entrance. Suddenly many small eyes popped out from the ground, their heads wobbling. While their fluffy appearance might have been endearing, the black, oily sludge covering their bodies was somewhat revolting. Sunny was startled and almost fainted when a creature called Mooney popped its head up. He couldn't understand why he always encountered such gross things. Komatsu was also so scared he kept shouting. The scariest moment came from Zebra. His booming voice commanded, "Disappear." The Mooney creatures froze in place, eyes nearly popping out from their sockets. Thanks to Zebra's intimidation, they saw no more Mooney creatures on their way into the village. Passing through the entrance, the village's overall scenery unfolded. Winding streets were lined with all sorts of stalls, bustling and lively. The crowd and curious gazes greeted them warmly as they walked in. Mappy, delighted to be home, ran up to greet them. The villagers, though friendly, all had bizarre appearances. By comparison, someone like Brunch would probably be considered the village's heartthrob. Sonny, with his extreme aesthetic standards, couldn't handle the visual shock. These strange creatures shattered his perception of appearances once again. At that moment a long-haired, bearded man approached Sonny, sighing deeply. "Oh, it's been so long since a human visited the village." Sonny retreated in fright, thinking, "What kind of creature is this?" Mappy patted his shoulder and introduced, "This is Takeshi, the little brother of that famous Numerihian's grandson." Sonny muttered, "So his name is Takeshi?" Suddenly, Komatsu shouted in surprise, "Whoa! A faceless creature!" Mappy quickly explained, "This is Nopakichi, Komatsu. He does have a face, his facial features are just very small, possibly because of his large head." Other villagers were equally strange, including cockroaches evolved from Mars and cross-species giant spiders. Sonny was on the brink of losing it. He really didn't want to deal with these unsettling creatures. At the same time, he was a bit curious whether there were cockroaches on Mars. Toriko meanwhile was focused on finding delicious food, catching a whiff of an unusually fragrant takoyaki. Hearing about food, Komatsu excitedly followed, while Coco, feeling a bit unsatisfied, said, "You're gonna eat already? I haven't finished exploring yet." Toriko and Komatsu arrived at the takoyaki stand. There was only one older man running it, but the takoyaki machine was huge. Rumor had it that it could make 2,000 pieces at a time. Toriko boldly ordered 2,000 pieces as an appetizer. The iron table in the storage area was soon filled with takoyaki. With lightning speed, the owner flipped them over in an instant. Komatsu marveled, "This speed, this skill. I couldn't manage the scale and size." Freshly made takoyaki was ready and Toriko grabbed a big bowl and started eating without stopping. The outside was soft while the inside was chewy and flavorful with a slight crunch, absolutely irresistible. But Sonny was different. Just looking at the bizarre appearance of the takoyaki killed his appetite. The group continued to wander around. Everywhere they looked, there were new and interesting sights. Someone called out to Zebra, "Hey friend, want to join us for a drink?" Zebra shot them a sharp glance. The shopkeeper, frightened, quickly apologized. Toriko and Komatsu were having the good time. Komatsu exclaimed, "I never thought the gourmet world would be this fun. I always imagined it to be scarier and more disgusting." Komatsu spotted a kitchenware store filled with all kinds of items. A beautiful kitchen knife caught his eye. It looked familiar, as if he had seen it somewhere before. The shopkeeper praised him for his good taste. It was a knife he made, taught by a customer about a year ago. Although that person was big and silent, they were a genuine artisan. Hearing this, Komatsu understood. Coco wandered into a toy store and found many interesting weapons and plush toys. He particularly liked a dark bandage roll. Sonny, bored and disgusted, suddenly he noticed a store that looked somewhat normal, not as creepy as the others, but the name was puzzling. 18 pounds of canned meat for beauty? He couldn't resist. Sonny bought a can and gently opened it. Inside was a tiny girl, unclothed and blushing. Sonny froze in shock, then threw it away as if it were something filthy. Toriko and Komatsu were used to Sonny's dramatic reactions, but this time it seemed like he was genuinely traumatized. He must have encountered something truly horrifying. However, their concern vanished when they spotted a mixed porridge shop. Just the thought of it was delicious, so they pulled Sonny in. The bowl of porridge was thick with a few eyeballs floating on top. It looked eerie but tasted absolutely amazing. Toriko was full of praise. Sunny couldn't bring himself to eat and planned to have bananas to cleanse his stomach. But these weren't ordinary bananas, they were natto bananas. Opening them to reveal the sticky natto made Sunny feel like passing out, yet Toriko and Kometsu ate happily. After the meal the group headed to a bar. Coco, who didn't drink much, ordered a ghost coffee milk. Meanwhile Toriko and the others enthusiastically shouted cheers. While they partied wildly, Brunch had long grown impatient. He had prepared a grand feast and had been waiting forever, but no one showed up. Seeing the group drunk and oblivious, Brunch stormed over angrily. "Why are you here? All the food on my side is ready, why haven't you come yet? How long are you planning to make me wait?" Brunch's tirade left everyone stunned. Komatsu's eyes went wide. "Mouth agape, Brunch, I missed you so much." No sooner had he spoken than he started vomiting. Coco, already tipsy, staggered over. "I'm drinking alcoholic coffee milk, you know." And then he too started throwing up. Brunch panicked. "Coco, you can't throw up. If you vomit poison, we're doomed." Brunch then took the whole group to Tengu Castle and brewed Yeti snow tea to sober them up. Listening to stories of Brunch's legendary feats and his incredible cooking skills, Zebra remarked, "The taste is decent, but his personality. What a handful." Brunch, overhearing this, wanted nothing more than to punch Zebra. Among these people, Zebra was the one Brunch disliked the most due to his unpredictable temper. Toriko reminisced about when the human world was in danger, and how the gourmet world had offered a lot of help. Brunch confirmed that's right. At that time the only ingredients left here were golden eggs and takoyaki. But that was because the leader of the Bishokukai had been meddling. Brunch swore to take him down if they ever met again. Toriko took a sip of tea and said calmly, "If you could handle him you wouldn't be suffering like this. Komatsu and I have met him before. He has the power to destroy everything if he wants. Right now he's probably stronger than anyone and he's terrifyingly hungry." Speaking of hunger, Zebra started to feel hungry and urged Brunch to serve the food. Brunch was exasperated. "Didn't you all just eat till you were stuffed?" Coco got serious. "For the future of the human world we can't stay here alone. This time we want to meet Daruma." "Well, you're in luck because he's on the brink of death," Brunch said. Everyone was shocked. "Since when?" Brunch continued. "He's at the therapeutic hot spring now. There's a doctor from the human world treating him, so he should be fine." Just then Mappy rushed in breathless. "It's bad, Daruma's condition." The whole group hurried to the hot spring, but seeing Zebra still calmly sipping his tea, it didn't seem too serious. Daruma lay flat on the ground, drenched in sweat, his face pale. Surrounding him were villagers. Milk, the first IGO staff. Daruma was gasping for breath, his body trembling, looking like he was at death's door. Brunch anxiously shouted, "Oh well, man, are you okay?" Daruma slowly opened his eyes, a dazed expression on his face. He waved his hand trying to say something, then closed his eyes again. Brunch yelled, "Old man." Daruma opened his eyes again, his lips moving. Brunch leaned in close. "Say whatever you want, old man." Before he could say anything, Daruma closed his eyes again. Brunch screamed in despair. Daruma reacted again, but this time Brunch was no longer upset. He slapped Daruma on the forehead. "This is ridiculous. What do you want? Decide if you want to live or die already." Adashino, who had witnessed the entire scene, spoke up. "He's fine, he probably just peeked at someone bathing and got a bit too excited." Hearing this, Brunch was furious. Seeing Daruma's still racing heartbeat and dazed mind, Brunch grew even angrier. He grabbed Daruma's beard and prepared to lash out. Wake up now. You perverted old man." Komatsu and Sani were stunned to learn that the beautiful woman was none other than Adashino, the genius surgeon who could cure any illness with just a kitchen knife. Even as a gourmet specialist, she was a formidable figure in the human world, but why are her eyes like that? As IGO's number 0 operative, she appeared alongside Master Ichiryu a year and a half ago, Adashino explained, and she's not the only one. Milk is here as well. Milk the first stepped out from behind them. However, compared to his previous appearance, he had lost his left arm. It seemed that the quiet craftsman mentioned by the shopkeeper was indeed the Milk. Milk spoke, but his voice was so soft that the Komatsu group couldn't hear anything. Only Zebra could hear him. He translated Milk's words for everyone. He's talking about what happened a year and a half ago, and how to capture Acacia's salad air. The video ends here. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave your comments to support the channel. New anime series will be uploaded regularly on 21st Century Anime. Thank you.